Hello everybody, this is M&K Gaming, I'm Meche.
I'm Katie. Nice to see you guys again. We're doing another top 5. This time we're doing top 5 Disney movie protagonists. So this is Disney and Pixar, or Disney Pixar. And yeah, we're just going to do our top 5 protagonists. They can't be princesses or princes.
As long as they're a main character, you know?
Or like something that has a lot of screen time that like supports the main character.
Right.
Then yeah, but like mainly protagonists.
Cool. So Katie, how this is gonna work, Katie's gonna switch off with me and she's gonna do her honorable mention, I'll do mine, and then we'll switch back and forth.
Cool. Alright, so my honorable mention is Remy from Ratatouille. He is a little selfish and has his flaws definitely, but Patton Oswalt and he does a great job with this multi-dimensional character who is just this love for cooking, and I really admire that he has this loyalty still, and he's just like a good character. He's a good person. He's talented with food, and he's got his flaws, but he's still worthwhile. Okay.
Alright, so my honorable mention is Esmeralda, Hunchback of Notre Dame. She's a pretty good character. She knows what she's like worth, and she knows, she's not this damsel in distress really. She was for the movie, but she's always trying to fight back, and she's trying to fight for her people and stuff like that. So it's great. I like Esmeralda.
Cool.
So
awesome. I guess my number 5 is going to be Duchess from the Aristocats. She is very dainty and proper, but, in the face of danger, she will, pull her shit together, and she is a really good mom, and she, is pretty brave. And it's not just about her being, like, this rich city cat from Paris. She, is adventurous and brave and has a lot of love for her kids and her new boyfriend Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat. So yeah, my number 5 is Duchess.
all right, my number 5 is Bagheera from the Jungle Book.
Bagheera.
He's got like a, okay, he reminds me if he was a Scar, but kind of good and not bad. He's like that parental figure. He's always trying to be the responsible one, and
Overbearing uncle.
Yeah, and get Baloo and Mowgli to stop doing stupid crap all the time. So yeah, my 5th is Bagheera.
Okay.
Made it at the top of my list. He's always been my favorite since childhood. So
Yeah. No, I have a black cat and her name is Henry. But if I get another one, I'm probably gonna name my cat Bagheera.
Oh, for sure. If I get a black cat, I'm gonna name my cat Bagheera.
Okay, my number 4 is actually gonna be Wally. Wally is like, he doesn't really say anything, but he's got just so much love and curiosity, and he's always, sticking up for what he knows, what he loves. He's always, doing the right thing, and what he believes is right and true in his heart, even though he doesn't really, everything in the movie pretty much is new for him, but he always has so much love and forgiveness for people that he's never even met, or people that he's just like is brand new to, and yeah, he's just a really nice character, very sweet, and very respectable.
Yeah. All right. So my 4th one is Hercules from, you guessed it, the movie Hercules. When I was little, I aspired to be like Hercules. Not super buff, but I mean like, in a sense of adventuring out on your own and, finding your way in life and becoming a true hero, I guess. When I was little, I always fantasized about, going on quests and becoming a hero and helping people out and saving people. Like, I wanted to be a firefighter, I wanted to be a cop, and then I found my passion as an artist, and, I wanted, like, my passion grew as I got older to becoming an animator to help, make movies that kids and people would relate to, So, Hercules, my number 4.
Nice. My number 3 actually isn't like the main character, but he's the, kind of the sidekick, but he's got a lot of screen time. Russell from Up.
Oh yeah.
He's
I forgot his name.
Yeah, no, he's adorable.
He's great.
I love him so much. I would have, picked Doug, but Russell is more, think more handy. He's more reliable. Doug is just there for, like the 5-year-old giggle factor.
Mhm.
But Russell's like actually a really good kid, and when he's talking to Carl Fredrickson, when they're already in what's it called? The Falls, Paradise Falls.
Mhm.
They're walking over there and they're camping out under the house, and he was talking about his mom and his dad, and how
Not his mom.
what?
Not his mom.
Well, I mean,
His
kinda.
stepmom.
I mean, his mom, his stepmom,
Yeah,
and his
she's
dad.
not my mom.
Yeah, no, but let me do this on my own.
No, I know.
Come on. I'm joking, but we realize that he's got not the best home life, and that he still makes the best of it, and that he just wants to look out for Doug and Kevin, and he could have seen Carl as this mean, grouchy, crotchety old man, but he believes him about Ellie, and he always sees the best in Carl, even though Carl really doesn't deserve it. And I just think he's a really sweet character, and that's like one of my favorite movies. Is
For sure. No, I really related to him as a kid, because my dad would barely come to my stuff to support me, but my stepmom would always do that, and that's why she was like more of a parent than my dad was. She would always support me on anything, and my dad would more so shoot me down,
Yeah.
So, yep. Okay. So
number
that's
3.
your number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my number 3 is Aladdin. He, despite being, a quote unquote street rat, and living on the streets, being homeless, barely having any chance of surviving, and barely having enough to eat, he still shares his food with those children on the street. He's like, hey, they don't have enough, I'm gonna split mine in half and give it to him. And that's it was heartwarming to me as a kid. Like, oh wow, he's even in being poor and not having a home and living off scraps, he's still giving. And he also looks like my brother too, and I miss my brother so much. So yeah, that I like Aladdin. He's my number 3.
My number 2 is actually Quasimodo.
Oh.
He's like a really sweet, amazing person, and he's been through so much, and he's been manipulated for so long, but he still has kept this, positive attitude and this, just sunny, not indifference, but the word that I'm thinking of, I don't know. The sunny disposition. There we go. He's just kept this sunny disposition, and he like has such, love for people, and he just, he's got intuition enough to know that like, who's going to be a good person and a bad person, but beyond, first glance, because, he was wary of Esmeralda at first because of, the manipulation that he had to endure. And, beyond that, he's really intuitive, and he looks out for his friends, super loyal, and also he can sing.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
man.
can. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so my number 2 is Quasimodo.
Yeah, I like him. He's great. And it's sad that, he didn't really get the girl in the end, but in the second movie, he does.
Yeah,
not Esmeralda, but he finds someone
girl.
else,
Yeah, I know.
And that's what I liked about Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's not, oh, you have to be with the main character. It's, oh, he's coping with with the unrequited love,
Yeah, no, I think that movie does a really good job of teaching boys, especially like little boys, that almost every single movie is tailored to like, hey, if you grow and if you do the right thing, you get the girl, which isn't always what happens. Like, they're not just this prize to be won. It's not, this given that, hey, if I do all the right things, I'm gonna get everything I want. No, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes, the people that raised you are, not the right people, and sometimes you're gonna go through all this stuff and people aren't gonna believe you, and you still, you can do all the right things, but that doesn't mean that everything's gonna come easy for you. And including, at the very end of it, like once everything is right, you're not gonna get everything that you want. You're not always gonna get the girl, and I don't feel like he feels like he lost anything. Like he doesn't seem.
He still has her
disappointed by
as a friend.
Right,
Yeah.
he still has her as a friend, and I feel like he grew, with that decision, and I feel like he had a lot of emotional maturity with that decision that she made, and he learned to kind of overcome it. So, yeah, I really like that movie a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so
That was my number 2.
your number 2? My number 2 is Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, so 2012, hard time for me.
That was my number 1. Stop.
My mom and I bonded over that movie a lot. Wreck-It Ralph was one of my favorites. It goes to show like he can really villains can, not villains, but characters that are always given this stereotype of like, oh, you're supposed to be this. No, he doesn't have to be. He can be a good guy but also be that. And it's just kind of redeemable in a way too, because he was like, oh, I'm gonna be an outcast and I don't like you and blah 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 blah, but he really, I felt in tune with him.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot.
No, you can buy into what you're supposed to be, or you can do everything that you can to try to change it and like grow from that, which I feel like he did a really good job of.
Mm-hmm.
And I cried. Like I saw it in theaters with my dad actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember crying in theaters, and then I watched it later at home. Like I bought it on YouTube, like I rented it off of YouTube or something, and I cried again. It's just a really good movie. And I actually watched it with Valentine, but we weren't really paying attention to it because we were making out.
Okay.
But, like, he really, like, the parts that we did watch, he was like, hey, look! And, like, he played video games since he was a kid, and I never really was able to because my mom didn't let me play video games as a kid. But, yeah, he really enjoyed the movie, so it's got a great nostalgia factor, but it's also got, like, an amazing main character. So.
Yeah, for sure. And my mom really loved it because she played those games growing up, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was actually my number 1, so I'm going to go ahead and let you do your number 1 now.
No, you did. Yeah, oh yeah.
No, but that's the
you just
exact
explained your number 1,
Yeah,
so
I
I mean,
did.
yeah. Okay, so my number 1 is obviously Mulan.
Okay. She's a princess.
Who doesn't like
That's a Disney princess.
She's a protagonist as well.
You said no
She's not
Disney
really a
princesses.
princess. She's not a princess.
No, but she's in the Disney princess cast, the lineup.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, stop.
Sunshine.
No, she was
She's the
She's
daughter
not-
of a war hero, and then she married.
but she's not a princess technically.
No, but she's in the Disney princess lineup.
Yeah, but she's not a princess.
That was one of our rules. We can't do princesses, and you did a princess.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let it slide this time because technically she's not the princess. Same thing with Moana, but that's why I didn't pick Moana. Because
She's a chief's daughter.
Right, but the chief isn't the king.
Technically, he is though.
He's not a king.
Technically, he
She's
is.
not a princess.
He's the king of the island.
Okay. You broke the rules.
I didn't break the rules.
Accidentally.
It's
so
not.
I'll let it
She's
slide.
not a princess.
She is. She's a part of the princess cast. Yes.
Still
She's
not a
part
princess.
of the line of princesses. She's a part of like Disney
Okay, yes.
princesses is a huge franchise, and Mulan is a part of that.
God. Okay.
I'll let it slide.
No.
Yes.
No.
Are you gonna try to prove me wrong right now?
No. Now I'm gonna actually look up a different character.
Oh my god.
Yep. You hear this, people? This is the typing of my keys, because apparently I broke the rules.
You did.
I didn't.
You told me no princesses, and I was like,
I
okay, I'm
didn't.
gonna add Moana, and you were like, no, that's a princess, and I was like, well,
What
not
is
really.
a princess?
Okay, well, Mulan is too.
No, she's not.
Yes.
She's not a princess.
Yes.
She's not in royalty.
Just look up Disney princesses.
No.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay, everyone.
Okay, fine. My Disney character is going to be, my number 1 is gonna be, it's gonna be the cricket from Mulan.
The cricket?
The cricket from Mulan, because he's
Oh,
so lucky. He's so lucky, and honestly, he's not, like, that's not his power. He's not luckily, he's like not a lucky cricket, but
doesn't
he
even say
he
anything.
is lucky. Yeah, and that's me. I'm
Yeah.
not a magical person. I'm just super lucky, and I'm at the right place at the right time usually. So,
Okay.
lucky cricket, my number 1, because Mulan can't be.
No, because I'm literally looking it up right now on Google.
But
I put in Disney
technically-
princesses. Wait, I put in Disney princesses, and I see Ariel, Rapunzel, Aurora, Belle, Jasmine, Cinderella, Tiana, Merida, Snow White, Pocahontas, which technically no.
She's the chief's daughter.
And
She's
Fa
the chief's
Mulan.
daughter.
And Fa Mulan.
Okay.
She's
She
there.
might be in the Disney Princess franchise, but she's not an actual
She's still a
royalty
princess.
She's not a royal princess.
She's in the franchise.
All right. Goodbye.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to our top 5 Disney protagonists.
Not princesses.
Okay. Yeah, and have a great time.